Alright, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the new Super Easy A Kid Buu, more specifically, just a full Majin Power team, really. We're going to be running the new Dokkan Fest Majin Buu, running two of them, basically running Majin Buu Saga, but also kind of Majin Power. It doesn't really matter anyway, but a lot of Majin Buus on the team. Should be pretty good, man. I don't know, we got him in the Shadow Dragon event right here, Stage 8. I don't think we're going to struggle, especially with the new Super Easy A Kid Buu, but we'll have to see. I mean, this guy, and then this guy. That's who I'm most worried about. So, we'll see how they fare up in here. We'll play it a little careful, but I think we should be alright. So, yeah, the new Kid Buu. I mean, what's there to say? Yeah, he's good. He's really good, man. I mean, most of you have seen the details by now or seen a couple showcases on him. I was really worried. I'm going to be completely honest. I was worried he wasn't going to have enough because obviously with these Super Easy A units, their super attack effects don't change. Their leader skills don't change. It's just their passive. So, again, had me a little worried because if they don't really go balls to the wall with the passive, I feel like it's very easy for a Super Easy A unit to kind of be lacking, right? But no, not the case with this guy. Very, very good. We'll go over his full details when we actually see him on screen. I think I got him in like slot 7 though, so it might be a second. But regardless, what was that? Over 10 million with Super Buu right there. I know he progressively gets worse as the fight goes on. I'm pretty sure he loses stats. So, kind of unfortunate with that, but we should be alright. And then this next rotation. Okay. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have 2 of the Buus on each rotation. Well, I guess I got to specify the whole damn team is filled with Buus. We're going to have 2 of the new Dokkan Fest Buus on each rotation. And then on this rotation, we'll have the LR Buuhan. And then on the other rotation, we'll have the new Super Easy A Buu. So yeah, that should work out pretty good. Obviously, in this first phase, the new Dokkan Fest Buu does have type advantage. So got a little wiggle room with that. But I don't know, Evil Buu in slot 3. Honestly, I forget what he does. I just kind of assumed he was good enough to throw on the team and take this event on. So we'll see how he handles. I know he raises attack for multiple turns on his super attack effect, but damage isn't really what I'm going for right here. I think the Dokkan Fest Fat Buu definitely is going to be doing enough damage with all the additionals. And then even Buuhan, obviously going to be doing a lot of damage. He's stacking as well. So should be pretty good there. Yeah, 8 million. All right, pretty good. I'd like some additionals, though, just so we can stack up as much as possible, because I know we get into the heat of the fight pretty quick, so I think I'm going to transform into Buuhan as soon as possible. So yeah, all these additionals. We need, man. I need more. I need this triple super right here. I'll take the crits, too. All right, how much? 37k. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. And then 8 million with Evil Buu. So yeah, I mean, for a Banner unit, that's not horrible damage, but I don't really know what his defense is like right here. Actually, you know what? Let me pull him up really quick, because when I say I don't know what he does, I genuinely mean that. I don't know what he does. So, okay. Okay, so he's one of these ban units that's like heavily restricted to a team. And fortunately, it's Majin Power. Did I know that? No, I didn't know that. So we could have thrown him on a team that was just horrible for him, and he wouldn't have any of these buffs, because he gets 40% attack and defense, a chance of performing a crit, and chance of evading enemies' attack plus 10% per Majin Power category ally on the team. So, I mean, we're running him on a full Majin Power team, obviously, but if I wasn't doing that, he wouldn't be looking so good, I'll say that. But regardless, we got a good setup for him. Now, the new Super Easy A Kid Buu does have type disadvantage right here, but he's got a little bit of damage reduction. So, I don't know. We'll see how this works out. We do build up damage reduction, but we have to take 2 attacks for every 20% damage reduction for a max of 40%. So we need to take 4 attacks in total. I'm going to throw him in slot 1. We'll see how he fares up right here, because we are taking... Is that 4 attacks? No, that's 3. And then what's our defense at? It was like 200k. So we have 200k defense, 20% damage reduction. We might die here, but if we can survive, that's a pretty good testament to his Easy A, because this is type disadvantage. Okay, so 200k per normal, and then we got the extra 20% damage reduction, and we were down to a little under 100k, almost a 14 million attack stat. And what are we taking now? Oh, no, we took double digits after we supered, so now we're at a point. Wow, okay. Damn, that was quick. We went from 200k to like double digits only within a few attacks there. So yeah, I guess after we super, we get 250% the stats, and then we also built up a little bit of damage reduction. So, I mean, of course, that's a massive difference in his defense between, you know, 250% the stats and then a little bit of extra damage reduction. But honestly, I'm more focused on that damn near 14 million attack stat. That was pretty impressive because this is a defensive support unit. This is not an offensive unit. Well, I guess I can't really say that because he is doing a lot of damage. But between his defense, between the support, and between the damage, I don't know, man. You got a lot of valuable things going on with this guy. So if you're contemplating whether to super easy A him, if you're contemplating whether to buy him with red coins, because I'm pretty sure this guy is like 200 red coins or something like that. Because if you just don't have him, it's a must. I'd even say it's a must to get a couple dupes with him because, yeah, he is a big bad bosses unit, right? Yeah, he does. So link leveling this guy, getting dupes with him just so, you know, your stats are higher, just so you have more likely of a chance to get crits or additionals. Even though additionals aren't going to be too important with this guy. But, you know what you could do? I'm just saying, full dodge. Because, like I said, with these super easy A units, their super attack effects are just horrible. There's really no getting around that. But, like, full dodge, I mean, that's a possibility. Because this is absolutely more of a... I don't want to say a defensive unit because his damage is still really good. But his defense is the most prominent part of his kit. His defense and his support, which most support units are very good defensively. So, makes sense why this guy is a good support. But, yeah, if you go full dodge with him... Not only does he have that damage reduction alongside reasonable defense, especially after you super, but then you've got full dodge on him, so you could really put in some work. Again, it depends on, you know, what team you're running him on. It depends on a couple things, I guess, but I don't know. For most players, man, full dodge kind of sounds like the way to go. All right, Buhan, or Bootanks, I guess. He might struggle right here. We might end up dying, especially if he gets supered, but we'll see. Okay, Fat Boo's getting supered. How much is this going to do? Alright, that's a lot of damage, but luckily we healed a lot. Because, yeah, on that previous turn, we were at, like, what, 200k HP? So, if we didn't get the healing going on between everyone on the team, yeah, we probably would be dead right here. Or not probably, we definitely would be dead. But, luckily, full Majin Power team got a lot of healing. So, even if you take a big super, it's alright. Especially if you're trying to no-item a lot of these difficult events. If you have these specific units, this is a pretty good team to run. I don't know. This team will definitely work out. But that's if you like doing no item stuff. If that's not really your thing, it doesn't really matter. Still useful that they're all healing, obviously, though. But, yeah, Buhan here, getting the additionals. I think we're going to transform... Well, I'm calling him Buhan, but it's Bootanks. But I think we're going to transform into Buhan the next turn we have him. Because, I mean, we've gotten some reasonable stacks. And, yeah, we're at the point where we're taking double digits as well. Then 10 million... with the Tech Exchange Buu. So I think he should be able to transform into Super Buu on the next turn. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of transforming for the next couple turns, which is good because everyone's starting to get established. They're getting their stacks in. They're building up. Look at that healing, dude. Oh my god. You gotta love to see that, man. You gotta love to see that. A little under 200k defense now. We are missing big bad bosses. Oh, I didn't even think about that, man. Yeah, we got to run him next to, I guess, LR Buu, huh? Because he's the only one on this team that has big bad bosses. Oh, does this guy have big bad bosses? He might. No, he doesn't. Damn. Yeah, I guess it's only the Kid Buus that have big bad bosses. I know Buhan has it, but he only gets it after he transforms. Look, I'm happy we got a good super easy A Kid Buu, but... I mean, you guys knew I was going to talk about this eventually in the video. We really just need an LR Kid Buu. If we can get an LR Kid Buu, that would completely round this team out. Although they wouldn't link together, the Super Easy A Kid Buu. So I guess maybe if it could start off as like Super Buu and then go into Kid Buu, but maybe they just give him big bad bosses right off the bat. Just turn one already has big bad bosses in his link set. I don't know, something, because this team is good, but just that one extra little push to just make it absolutely amazing. I feel like it could use that. Obviously an LR Kid Buu. A few easy A's here and there, right? I mean, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there might be a couple Buus that could, you know, you can make them pretty good with an easy A. But as long as you have these specific units, you can already build a pretty good Majin Power team. But, I mean, LR Kid Buu, man, come on. even if we didn't really need LR Kid Buu for the Majin Power team, I still want LR Kid Buu, right? I mean, he's just needed. It's crazy we don't have him at this point yet. I won't even begin this conversation. We've got so many other LRs, but not an LR Kid Buu yet. It's insane, man. We need one. But regardless, I think getting an Ultimate Gohan during this celebration, granted, LR Kid Buu would have been better, but Ultimate Gohan was still a good choice because he's also on some weak teams, and by no means is he bad. I would say he's the second best Ultimate Gohan to release during Golden Week. I just think Easy A Tech Ultimate Gohan is straight up better, but I mean, still, that doesn't mean that the new LR Ultimate Gohan is bad. I just think they probably could have made him a bit better, like, I don't want to say defensively, because in his best defensive scenario, he's looking good, but you got to go through some work to get there. It takes a minute, right? You got to have, like, a full Majin Buu Saga team. You got to have the perfect partners around him, whereas Tech Ultimate Gohan, I mean, dude, you just throw him on whatever team, slap him in a fight, you let him get a stack or two, and then he's chilling, right? So it's just interesting seeing the comparison between both of them and how a new Easy A was better than a summonable LR. I feel like it should be the opposite, but whatever. Anyway, we got the transformation right here. We're going to go ahead and go into Buuhan. What's our defensive stat looking like? All right, 700k. Yeah, we're going to throw him in slot 1. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap up this fight within the next couple turns because I'm pretty sure Buuhan is going to absolutely obliterate Shenron right here. And then, yeah, we'll hop into another fight, and I'll try and get Kid Buu set up on a rotation where he's got Big Bad Bosses activated, because I really want to show that. Dude, with Big Bad Bosses, and then 250% to stats on Super, and then all the damage reduction, which, by the way, this guy can get up to 60% damage reduction. Defensively, I'm telling you, he's going to be a monster. So, we'll get that set up with him. We'll probably just cut to a rotation with that once we're done with this fight. But, yeah, okay. Here comes all the additionals. I mean, global players, you guys know how crazy this guy is. We just got him Easy 8, obviously. Yeah, he's pretty good, man. So is the Super Vegito. I mean, don't sleep on them. I feel like everyone just immediately forgot about their Easy A's. I know they came out, and then Tech Ultimate Gohan's Easy A was like a week or two after that, and just no one's talking about them now. Which, I get it, man. Easy A Tech Ultimate Gohan. You don't really get better than that. That was peak right there. I'm thinking he's better than he was on release. His Easy A, like his power on his Easy A release was better than his power on just his normal release. I think. I don't know, because it's mainly just that damage reduction and the additionals that they gave him. And that just absolutely made him ludicrous, because if you're getting all these additionals and you're greatly stacking and you've got that little bit of damage reduction for the first turn, it allows you to perfectly set him up in the fight. And it's just his design goes very well for, you know, what you're doing, because obviously you're bringing him in longer content. So the fact that he's really good turn 1 before he's stacked, and then has the additionals to stack really quick, they put thought into his design, which is nice, because then we have these other units where they're just completely stupid, and you think they're drunk when they were designing them, because they make no sense. But okay, yeah, took a little bit of damage right there. AGL LR Buu, definitely the biggest liability on the team. Like I said, he does kind of drop off after a couple turns, so I think we're going to replace him. Who's got Big Bad Bosses? I mean, technically, we could bring someone on, like, Sworn Enemies or Stored Figures. Well, it depends. Who's some of his best linking partners? Oh, wait, what about this guy? Does he start off with Big Bad Bosses? No, he doesn't. But every transformation has it, right? If every transformation has it, we're bringing him on the team. Oh, damn, no. Buu Piccolo doesn't. Neither does Buu Tanks. Alright, I'll figure someone else to bring, and let's just cut to when we're in a fight. Alright, so we're here in the Legendary Frieza event. I know it's not really that difficult of an event, especially compared to other events that we could put the Kid Buu in, but this is a really good opportunity to get a good rotation with him, get a good support unit on rotation with him, good links activated, all that. As you can see, we do finally have Big Bad Bosses activated. All we're missing is More Than Meets the Eye, which I don't remember what this does, so we can check really quick. 10% to stats. Okay, so let's just act like he's got the extra 10% to stats activated right here. That would put him a little over 300k defense. And then we get 250% to stats on Super. So that's more than double. That's double, and then double again, and then half. I'm not that good at math, so I don't know what that would be, but that is approaching 1,000,000 defense. 1,000,000 defense, and then 60% damage reduction. And 50% support. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. I'm sad there's no LR Kid Buu, but it's pretty damn close. This is really close. I don't like how he's not as good before he builds up, and in slot 1, he can be a bit of a liability, but as long as you got a good slot 1 option, you throw this guy in slot 2 and 3, and even in slot 1 sometimes, dude, he's gonna put in work, I promise. I mean, look at this damage right here. Oh, damn, I was expecting like 15 million. Wait, we dropping 20 million attack stats with almost 1,000,000 defense and 60% damage reduction because I'm pretty sure we're fully built up, and we've got the support. Alright, so this guy's passive. He gets 150% to stats start a turn, a chance of performing a critical hit plus 20%, and then reduces damage received by 20%. So you get a 20% chance to crit and 20% damage reduction just for free right off the bat. And also, that's stacking with the other crit chance and damage reduction he's building up later in his kit. So, I mean, with the crits, with the damage reduction, with the high defense, and just the high attack stats, it's literally a recipe for success, as you guys saw. And then this guy also gets 250% the stats on Super. So, like I said earlier in the video, I was a little worried with the Super Easy A because the super attack effect wasn't going to be that good because it doesn't change. So, it's just going to stay the same. And I think it's like, all you're doing is lowering defense, basically. Yeah, you cause immense damage and lowers defense. So, obviously that sucks. But they made up for it because in his passive, he's getting 250% the stats on Super. I think that's pretty good compensation for not having a good super attack effect. And then also, when HP is 70% or more, all allies get 2 key and 50% the stats. And then they get an additional 1 key and 10% the stats for super class allies, and an additional 2 key and then 20% the stats for extreme class allies. And then when HP is 69% or less, all allies get 1 key and then 30% the stats. And then he gives an additional 1 key to super class allies, and then 1 key and 20% the stats for extreme class allies. So as long as you're running a full extreme class team, he's always supporting everyone for 50% the stats and then 2 key. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then even super class allies, they're still getting at least 2 key and 30% support when HP is below 69%. But then when it's above 70%, you're getting the full 2 key and 50% the stats. So very good there. Very, very good. Actually, you know what? No, it's 60%. You're getting 3 key and 60% the stats. And then extreme class allies are getting 4 key and 70% the stats. So pretty much whoever is on the team with this guy is going to be getting a good support buff. It really doesn't matter, super or extreme class. But obviously, you're going to want to run him with a lot of extreme class units just because they're probably going to link better with this guy because obviously he is a big bad bosses unit. And then this guy also gets an additional chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% and then 20% damage reduction up to 40% every time the character receives 2 attacks. So you need to receive 4 attacks and then you're fully built up. You get an additional 40% crit chance and 40% damage reduction on top of the 20% crit chance and 20% damage reduction he gets just for free. So that's a total of a 60% chance to crit and 60% damage reduction. On top of, as we've seen, damn near 1,000,000 defense and 20 million attack stats. I know he had support on that turn and most of his links activated, but I don't know, man. That was still a pretty good rotation. So actually, you know what? Let's see what he's looking like now. No support. We've got 6 out of 7 links. We'll just throw him in slot 1 because he's probably going to end up killing anyway. Let's see, man. Let's see how he's looking here. His defense, I think it was like 250k defense. Still really good. That's only like a 40k difference in his defense than it was on the previous turn. So he's still going to be around that 1,000,000 defense mark. And again, 40%, or no, not 40%, 60% damage reduction. Yeah, 17 million attack stat, 60% chance to crit. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. And then also, because that's not it, he recovers 10% HP at the end of a turn every time the character receives 2 attacks. So, yeah, just within the turn, if you receive 2 attacks, you get 10% HP. Really good. Obviously, recovering HP is just another thing to tack on with this guy. I mean, you're healing, you've got damage reduction, you've got crits, you're doing very good numbers because the extra 250% the stats he gets on super. And yeah, the only time you're going to struggle with this guy is in slot 1 before you build up. But even after you build up the 60% damage reduction, I don't really think it's going to be that hard to throw this guy in slot 1 most of the time. I mean, as you've seen, we'll lowball it. We'll say he's at like 200k defense start of turn. In some events, obviously, you won't be able to do that. Like if he's got type disadvantage or if he's type neutral and the enemy's hitting outrageously hard. But type advantage, I mean, yeah, you could absolutely throw this guy in slot 1. Even in some events where you know you're not getting supered. So let's say, for example, you have a scouter activated and you know you're not going to get supered in slot 1. Or at least before you super with Kid Buu, you could probably just throw him in slot 1, and he'd probably be all right. I mean, 60% damage reduction, even with a relatively lower defensive stat, will still get you pretty far in terms of tanking. So, yeah, defensively, this guy's going to be amazing. Like I said, as long as you build up with him, that's the main issue. There are opportunities where this guy can take a little bit of damage. Like I said, for those first couple turns, if you have him in slot 1, but I mean, yeah, man, if you just throw him on a Majin Power team like this, you're not really forced to throw him in slot 1 because you've got units like this who are dropping 20 million and then a bunch of 10 million additionals. Their defense is well over 1 million and they're just insane all around. You've kind of got the perfect setup for him because then also Super Easy Kid Buu supporting units like this. So it just starts to get really crazy really quick. I'll say the way they handled these extreme class teams, specifically for like, you know, a lot of these boos, it's almost the best they could have handled it. Like almost. All we could have used was an LR Kid Buu, and then these teams would have been in the very best spot they could be in right now. But unfortunately, because no LR Kid Buu, it's right on the edge of being absolutely broken. So yeah, I guess let's just do that really quick. So now he's going to be absolutely insane. We'll throw Kid Buu in slot 1 because it's technically his showcase. And then, yeah, after we absolutely obliterate Frieza, then we'll go ahead and call the video. Is there much more to say about this team? I mean, I know I've said this already, but if you have these specific units, it's going to be nice. Yeah, Kid Buu was taking a little bit of damage right there, though. So, again, in slot 1, I guess that can kind of be a little bit of an issue with him. But especially if you have like this Dokkan Fest Buu, you know, you just do your thing with him. Throw him in slot 1. You'll be fine. Okay, we'll do this. And then actually, let's see what the 50% support Buu looks like after we get the key spheres. 337k defense. So we don't have a full physical team. And most of the time, you're probably not going to have a full physical team. So I wouldn't really recommend just throwing him on a Majin Power team. I mean, he is supporting the LR Buu tanks and then the Super Easy A Kid Buu, but I don't know. In difficult content, you're missing the guard because you don't have a full physical team. I mean, I guess you could make that work, but then you got to bring some crappy Majin Buu units, and at that point, they're just a huge liability on the team. So I would just recommend not bringing this guy in actual difficult content. Yeah, I just brought him in here just because obviously, you know, he's going to survive. He's good enough defensively, and this isn't really that difficult of an event, and he's supporting the Super Easy A Kid Buu. But yeah, you definitely don't have to throw him on the team. I would say like the new Dokkan Fest Fat Buu, LR Buu tanks transforming into Buuhan. Yeah, and then the new Super Easy A Kid Buu, and then maybe like the Ban Unit Evil Buu. Those are must-haves on a full Majin Power team. Oh yeah, and then Tech Exchange Buu, obviously. I'd say those units are kind of the main like pool of units you're going to be picking from for kind of a Buu-dominated team. Yeah, we're probably going to kill on this rotation. I don't really think there's any way that Frieza's going to walk away from this turn alive. We've got type advantage, and we're getting a Dokkan mode. All right, I haven't done this in forever. Hang on. I know I'm going to screw this up, but I kind of want to see how much damage I can get here, even if I just get a couple. Yeah, hang on. Let me lock in real quick. Hang on. Oh, it's going slow. Never mind. I'm chilling. All right, we got all 7. We've got, I think, majority of our links activated. What is that, a 16 million attack stat? What's the damage going to be with type advantage? And if we crit, dude, we could hit 999. Easily. What? Yeah, we crit too. What was that, like? I don't know, that went away so quick. All right, well, the second one was only 11 million. Okay, I was expecting that to be a little higher, I'm not going to lie. But still, I mean, we absolutely obliterated him. That damage right there, that was with no support. So, Yeah, I mean, we had a Dokkan mode, but he would be doing numbers like that even without a Dokkan mode. So anyway, that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys are thinking of just all these Buu units right now and where the Extreme Class side of Majin Buu Saga just kind of fits in the game. Also, let me know what you're thinking of the new Super Easy A Kid Buu, if you have any complaints about him, because I'd really like to hear people's perspective on that. I think he's honestly just almost a perfect unit. So once again, has been the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you on the next one.